Okay. Um, you give such a beautiful performance as this really lovely person who's the innocent in the story. Um, she's really like a light with all this darkness around her. I wondered how you saw Laura and what made you want to make her flesh.
Well, I really wanted to be part of this because I thought it was an amazing script, and I am a big fan of Cormac McCarthy's work and Ridley's work. And then I read it, and I thought it was a character that I had not played before, and that's what I always look for, something new. I mean, I've played similar characters, but I didn't feel like I was doing the same thing twice. This is very fresh material. I think it's a script that feels so new and brave and original. It doesn't imitate anything else. And yeah, she's like the representation of the victim. She's the one that goes towards the light and tries to make the decisions that are gonna bring happy consequences, and she finds herself trapped in a terrible story.
It seems so unfair that she's not able to, it's not her choices that bring about what happens to her, but I suppose that's like real life.
Yeah, sometimes. But it also talks a lot about how scary it is to realize that you have the power to realize to do right or wrong, and that will have consequences, but most of the time you can direct that result. You can really destroy everything if you want.
You've worked with so many great directors. I wondered what your experience with Ridley Scott was like, and what, from your point of view, his strengths were with you.
I think he's a great director. He's done some movies that are masterpieces. Some of them are. They have marked people's lives. And he's really great with the actors. He gives you a lot of freedom, gives you a few brilliant notes right before shooting. Then he leaves you alone, gives you a lot of space. And he's a very smart, funny, because Ridley's funny. Even he can be shy and seem very reserved, but he's very funny. I really connect with his sense of humor. And I just want to work more with him because this was short. It was just like 3 or 4 weeks.
High praise indeed. You and Michael Fassbender's characters established this very quickly, this really deep and emotional intimacy. And I wondered, how do you approach that? How do you and he and Ridley talk about that beforehand, or do you just go for it?
We didn't rehearse with Ridley. He didn't want to rehearse, and I think that's better for this movie. Other times I prefer to rehearse, but in this one I thought it was better the way he wanted to do it. And we just had a read-through, all of us together, and then he talked with he had meetings with different groups, with the ones that had more scenes together. Sometimes with Michael and Brad, or with me and Michael, or Javier and Cameron, and just talk to all of us separately and sometimes together as a cast read-through, just to hear the whole thing from beginning to end. And that's how we did it. There was not like real, rehearsal of running the scene. Not almost until cameras were rolling, because we didn't even do that on the set. He would walk the scene, talk to us about how we wanted to move the scene, and then set up the cameras, gave us a lot of freedom.
Did you have any lighter moments? There's a lot of darkness in this, but did you have any fun moments?
But I had fun making it. The movie is very dark because it's talking about a very dark, terrible issue. But I think all of us can say that it was a good experience to make the movie. And then I see the movie, I'm happy with the result. I think it's one of Ridley's best films. And I like the way he treats the violence. I like that it's not a violence that doesn't hurt. It has to hurt to watch it, If not, it means nothing. If not, it's like life means nothing. It's like a video game. These are real people going through something really disturbing, and it has to hurt to watch it. If not, then it's not dealing with that subject in a responsible way. And I always say this is not, I don't want to be misunderstood, like a movie is there to change the world or to give you a lesson, but there are subjects that should be treated with you have to be careful and know that there is a responsibility that comes with making a movie about something like this, because it's something that unfortunately is real. It's going on. So
That's lovely. Thank you very much for your time. I'm getting
Thank
the hook.
you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That's great.